Supreme Court's expected to release a ruling this morning that could come at any moment.
And they could include a major decision on the 2024 presidential election. We have a live look for you this morning outside the Supreme Court. The High Court has not said whether former President Donald Trump can be kicked off of Colorado's ballot. Colorado State Supreme Court disqualified him for his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Let's get right to Ron. He's got more on this. We believe we may get started here on some new information having to do with this very story. Hey, Ron.
Monitoring, and the alert is, as expected, that the Supreme Court has put Donald Trump back on the ballot in the state of Colorado. Keep in mind, this was a case specific to the state of Colorado, but the other states that had been trying to remove him we're obviously going to take their cue from the highest court in the land. So here's what we've learned. The justices, it was a very quick turnaround. They normally take months and months to deliberate, but in this case, they ruled quickly because we're in the middle of the election season. So Colorado had tried to kick Trump off of their ballot because of his efforts to overturn the election back in 2020. The Supreme Court, though, was being asked to rule on something it had never ruled on before, which was how exactly does Section 3 of the 14th Amendment to the Constitution, which goes all the way back to the Civil War days, what does it mean? How does it apply the ban on insurrectionists? And so the court seemed very skeptical right from the start. If you listened to the questioning of the state of Colorado when their representative was up before the court, they did seem highly skeptical. So the court has now issued its ruling that will end Colorado's effort to keep him off the ballot. You would expect in very short order now we'll see these other states like Maine and Illinois most likely put him right back on the ballot. When the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, issues a ruling as specific as this, that probably puts an end to that effort. Not a surprise. It would have been a shocker politically and legally if it had gone the other way, but it's a big legal win for Donald Trump and his team today. Guys.
So much for presidential preference or primary, because it looks like Donald Trump pretty much has that wrapped up at this point. But it would have had huge implications, right, for the general election. I mean, if you lose Illinois or Colorado, those are a lot of electors. So it's a moot point now.
Yeah, Colorado might be considered more of a swing state. Illinois is quite blue. The state of Maine has been trending blue, but then they split their electoral college votes by congressional district there. So it's a little bit different. As close as this election might be, even one electoral college vote could potentially make the difference.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.